Hey, everybody.
Progress recording.
Progress. What? Change? Spare change?
This entire episode was written out by ChatGPT.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to figure out a way to do that to where if there's a way to like
So
for
we don't have
audio.
to actually show up anymore?
Yeah. If I'm curious if I could like plug a couple episodes in and like see if it spits something out, like what it would sound like or read like. I have to like try and figure that out one day. I'm sure it's not difficult.
I think that's a great idea.
Like
we just do a full episode chat, like with
well, because
AI,
I feel
if
like
anyone notices.
Like I've seen the memes all the time of like we made a robot listen to like 1,000 hours of Friends and then come up with a sitcom script and it's just awful, but it's hilarious. Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
that also works.
We made a robot listen to this podcast for like 500 or whatever the fuck. I don't know how many hours of content we have.
Would be out. Like I would love to read that transcript.
If there if there is a way to do that, I'm curious how it would like what it would spit back out at us. But anyway, this episode isn't written by AI or Chat GPT.
Way to make me look like a dick.
Mike. Or any other
You lied?
Or any other this is actually human beings speaking into microphones for your pleasure.
For your ear holes.
This is, by the way, this is Six Man Tag Podcast. I should say that, even though you click, because you clicked on it. Even you, Molly.
And if you don't know, well, now you know.
I'm not going to finish that.
Are you allowed to?
No.
Sorry, that popped me. That's funny.
That's fair.
No. Fuck, man. Off the rails already, as usual.
I'm a little upset I didn't get acknowledged because I shouted out Molly about 5 seconds ago and I didn't get any kind of acknowledgement.
I didn't hear it.
Very well. I said, oh, everyone listening, including you, Molly, and it just got brushed over. I don't think you did. I don't know how you missed it. You did.
Oh,
but
I don't think Molly's listening to the show. I don't. It think
doesn't
Molly
matter.
Has any idea what I'm doing in my life anymore.
She was listening to it in person and didn't know what any of it meant. So it doesn't matter anyway. She's of course not listening to this 9 years later.
That's probably an epic. It's got to be the most epic moment in our show's history, right there.
And it wasn't even on camera or recorded or nothing. It's just in like
it's just for us.
It's just in people. It's just ingrained in people's brains. Is all.
Mm-hmm.
But seriously, thank you for listening. This is episode 53 of the Six Man Tag Podcast, right here on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and if you're looking at all of our faces on YouTube, we're of course there. Thanks for watching on any platform that you are consuming this podcast with. So this episode's coming out on March 31st. We're recording it the night before, March 30th.
Really?
It might be March 31st by the time we finish recording it.
Oh, it will be. It's 11/27 currently.
Oh, fuck.
But I emphasize the date because it's WrestleMania weekend, boys.
It's WrestleMania weekend.
It's like a holiday, man.
Honestly, it is. I'm excited I'm happy that I know this is what, year 4 of the 2 nights thing. Love it. We're going to go over the card. We're going to, briefly, we'll try and keep this episode as short as, we can just for our own timing purposes. But I'm excited, man. I'm excited for the 2 nights. I'm excited that it's not going to be some 7-hour marathon where I'm not going to care about the main event when it gets there. I'm happy they've learned that it's just too many hours to do it in one night.
Mm-hmm.
Spread it out. It'll be fun. Saturday will be fun. Then you got something to look forward to. It's a whole weekend, man. I'm excited, but I think it's going to be good this year. I feel like just kind of overall, I know like John Cena is kind of here as like a special attraction, but this feels like the first year in a long time.
He's this year's Rock.
Yeah, but yeah. Once in a lifetime.
Or Austin, or who else have we had the past few years?
No, but I feel like this is the first year in a long time that, again, outside from John Cena, they're letting the fellas cook, and ladies. They're letting them cook. They're just listen, this is the roster we
like
have.
Russell Wilson. Just let him cook.
Not like
right
that.
Now. Not right now.
Not like
what? I heard let Russ cook though. Let Russ cook.
No, not
I
yet.
I love the Twitter memes this year of Let Russ Cook, where it was just like a highlight video
No,
of
this
the
is
worst
not.
plays of the season.
This is not Broncos country. I don't.
This is Broncos country.
We ain't riding here.
No, we're not.
Oh,
No, thank you.
oh my god.
I guess before we get into the match card, I mean, I know. Listen, we're obviously honest all the time. We're not sitting here watching every minute of Raw, every minute of SmackDown by any means. But I feel like the build for the main matches this year has been pretty good on TV. And I guess I'll stick with the main one just in terms of build. I mean, we'll get into the match in a sec. And before I do all that, I should probably introduce ourselves as I do every week. I'm Mike.
I was wondering if it was
Thank you.
coming. I was
Thank
ready
you.
to just pass it on.
I was very close to intervening.
No, it's fine. I got it. I listen. It popped into my head.
I gotta trust the captain.
That means Skylar's got one. So
Joining me as always, it's CJ.
what's up, everybody? CJ here. How you doing? AKA Craig Francis from back in the day. As Mike just said, we're talking about WrestleMania. It's WrestleMania weekend. Always pumped for WrestleMania weekend. Back when I had social medias, I would treat it like a holiday and wish everybody a happy WrestleMania day.
Well, you can say it into the microphone now.
And that's what I'm doing. Happy WrestleMania day and weekend to all. But before we can enjoy WrestleMania, we have some not so pleasant business to get to. And that unpleasant business is introducing the next guy, Skyler.
Fucking thank you for that. Go on.
Did you brick did you brick your interface? Yeah, God damn. A lot of cats out here be sleeping on the 6-man. Yeah, he is sleeping on the 6-man. They don't talk about no commercials. They didn't talk about no ads. We talking about 2022 being the comeuppance year for the 6-man. We went from New York to countrywide. We went from Bruce's room to zooming on Zoom. We went from being a cunt to still being a cunt. We
And
went
hitting it with a Randy Orton punt.
We went from that might have already peaked to being podcast of the week every week.
It's a fact, Jack.
Yo. Anybody else remember when the Usos first turned heel and it was like the best thing going for like a year?
Well, we've discussed this
common theme in their family. But anyway.
Yeah, that's the
I
common
mean, we
theme.
discussed it. They lost the face paint, and we said, "Oh, okay, they're not just doing that." Would I say that silly dance anymore?
Which is so wrong. It's
Yeah,
so culturally wrong.
So
Yeah, I know.
so terribly wrong.
Dance.
Well,
I'm gonna go say that to the New Zealand rugby team next.
Yeah, that'll probably go over well.
Okay, yeah.
damn it, Bruce.
Oh,
So what are we talking
man.
about again? Let's get back to right.
Oh, you don't want to talk about cultures dancing? I got some thoughts.
You know the Irish, they don't move the top half of their bodies? Those fucking idiots.
It's because I can't even feel them. Telling me I can't get fingers going, but I can keep my willy going.
Oh, I know how to go. We can make fun of anyone in the UK. That's anyone in Europe. Most
As long
of
as they
Europe
look like
on.
us.
Yes.
It's how it
I
is.
got to deal with some Russian heritage, but we don't
I
talk
don't know.
about
There's
that.
there's a lot of New Zealanders that look like us. You might get away with it down there.
My kid is like 40 to 50% New Zealand. Okay, I know.
I mean, can he get citizenship? That seems like a dope place to go.
Yeah, actually it does.
One, I think I'm pretty sure, and two, from all accounts, yes, it is a dope place to go.
All right. Well,
next trip.
Anyway,
that settles it.
I guess I'm going.
Next episode recorded.
We're gonna record it live in New Zealand. You know that's like a 22-hour flight, right?
Yeah.
For you guys. For me, it's probably like 18.
Oh.
Okay, that's kind of the point where, like,
Well, with the time difference,
what
it's
difference
15.
does it really make between that amount of hours? Plus, with the time difference, yes, it might even out.
Yeah, but you got to lower it more because of the time difference, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I feel like as a person who's taken the 5.5 hour flight to Vegas multiple times. I feel like anything more than a 3 hour flight is like a long flight.
It is.
I feel like if it's over 3 hours, including the 5 hour flight to Vegas, like it's just one that you would just have to be like, I know this is going to suck. I know I just have to deal with it, but we'll get there.
You know what's kind of funny? I feel the complete opposite about trains.
Because trains actually like give you room to breathe, whereas planes just like pack you in as tight as possible and just, all right, we're fucking going, man.
So my rambling before we get into, you know,
Right,
what we're
go
actually
on.
supposed to talk about is
Yeah.
I've had multiple times where I've having to take in the train to and or from Buffalo. And to be completely honest, I enjoyed it. Before I got on, took a shot of NyQuil, took a bit of a bowl, went on there, passed out for half of it, woke up, caught up on some books, a couple podcasts, some music, just kind of chill out. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just doing my shit, but I'm actually going somewhere at the same time.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I treat plane rides too. I try to like sleep through part of it and then like watch movies or, you know,
cramped.
listen to music for the rest of it. But it's
Also,
it's very especially for a guy my size, and you know,
right.
Like not only am I big, but I'm tall, so like not a lot of leg room for me.
Yeah. Trust me, I got you.
I will say I recently took a flight to Richmond, which was about 45 to 50 minutes, and that felt weird.
Yeah, I've never taken a short plane ride like that.
That was the first time I've ever taken a plane ride that was like less than 3 hours.
I've never, because I've always driven.
Florida is.
I've always driven to the places that we were going on long distance. Like even like when we went to Cleveland, we drove to Cleveland. That was a 7 hour drive.
Well, then, but cost also factors in. Like, all right, well, 7 hours of driving versus we're gonna pay $300 to fly for an hour. Like,
no, that was 100% a cost cutting measure, which was fine with me though, because I don't mind road trips. I like road trips, especially when you have a car full of people. Like when you're not doing it by yourself, road trips are fun.
Yeah, agreed.
But I mean, I took a road trip literally across the country by myself, and I still didn't hate it. You know what I mean? Like it is literally drove across the entire country
because you're in control. Like I feel like the part of the plane part is like you're also like not in control. Like you can't just
not
stop
in control
when
as
you
one
want.
Of the passengers is in the car.
No,
though,
but you can be like, hey man, I gotta take a leak. Can you like pull off the next like stop or something?
I want to stretch my legs.
Right, like there's something about it, like a plane.
I can play the music in the entire area, not just headphones.
Right. I don't know. It's
everybody gets to listen to what I want to listen to. It's great.
Basically,
it's great for everyone because my taste in music is the best, obviously.
Exactly.
I am the cheese. I
am the greatest character on the show. Anyway. Oh no. We haven't seen him in a while.
Oh, it's been a second.
To be continued.
Anyway,
man.
To be continued.
Anyway, it is WrestleMania weekend, boys. Enough about our travel pants.
And let's talk about the most important part. NXT Stand and Deliver.
We're gonna have to
name one match on that card.
There's like a women's ladder match or something.
I mean, I can name the main event, but that's besides the point. Only because I'm a fan of the people in the match. Other than that, Braun Breaker and versus Carmelo Hayes.
Oh, that might actually be a good match.
That
I'll have to go back and watch.
Both of them. The one Braun Breaker is supposed to be one of two people going to the main roster, probably after Smarkamania.
Yeah,
try to remember who the other one was. And two, Carmelo Hayes. That kid could be the future.
I agree.
That kid he is talented as all fucking hell. Like it's okay. I don't know if either of you have seen him.
Like just in NXT, obviously, but
yeah. Does he sometimes give you the vibe of like D'Lo Brown times 10?
I don't know about that.
Not about his ring style, but like, you know,
like, does he shake his head even faster?
Here's the problem, because when you're talking about D'Lo, you're looking at the real deal now. So you have to take that into account, because as you guys both are very well aware of, I am a huge D'Lo Brown mark. So, you know, just get used to it. All right. You're looking at the real deal now.
The real first Euro Continental champion.
That's goddamn right.
Mm-hmm. So, but anyway,
fuck NXT. Let's talk about Mania. Let's talk about day one.
NXT. Let's just say, too bad you're
Fuck
not important
NXT.
I
enough
mean,
to talk.
it's on
You're
a
not important
Saturday.
enough to talk
It's
about
on a
right
Saturday afternoon, or technically for you, Craig, it's on at like 10 a.m. I think.
now.
What a treat.
So there's that.
I'll be working Saturday. I don't know if I'm off Sunday yet. If I'm off Sunday, I plan on watching day 2 live, because why wouldn't you if you
Right.
can?
Right.
Which means I
Yeah.
have to sacrifice poker for Sunday. So, but for WrestleMania, I'll do it.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm like,
Oh,
I have to go to Buffalo this weekend, so like my watching is going to be all over the fucking place. And I just made it very clear. If anyone spoils the bloodline matches for me, I will end them. The rest of them, if you happen to spoil them for me, okay, whatever. The bloodline matches, and those are, spoiler alert, 2 we'll probably actually get into. Yeah, I'll end you. Moving on.
and just for anybody who might be listening, who on an unrelated note just wants to send Skylar a text message, his personal phone number is 911.
You mother. If this is your way of trying to get me to come to Vegas right now, it's working, but not the way you want.
you just
Come
have
to
to do.
Vegas.
You have to do the whole Family Guy bit where Stewie flies across the country to kick Will Ferrell in the nuts.
Yeah.
It's not funny.
If Skylar showed up at my door because I read his phone number live on a podcast, not live, I guess you could always edit it out, but
Would I?
if it I don't
exactly.
think you would.
Would he?
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
No,
which is
he
why
would not.
which is why it would happen, which is why it would be great. But if Skylar flew out to Vegas and showed up at my doorstep because I gave his number out on a live podcast, whether he gets 1 text message or 20, it doesn't matter. Just the fact that I did it. If he showed up on my doorstep, I would let him kick me in the nuts.
Fair.
Because I would deserve it.
This is being recorded, so
Hey, what I say,
and there will be a point where
I'll make an effort to clip this. If he shows up at my door, kick me in the nuts. I'll just all right.
yeah, exactly.
Don't take it out of context now. Don't fucking CNN it. All right. Don't just clip the part where I say, if he shows up on my doorstep, he can kick me in the nuts. You got to play the whole clip. All right.
That's how.
Listen, Fox News.
That's how it goes.
We want the whole story here. All right. MSNBC. Okay. That's right.
Any news outlet.
Because they're all guilty. Anyway, enough about politics.
Apparently, Newsmax. If you go on DirecTV, any post that DirecTV makes, it's just people 50 and up commenting, bring back Newsmax, even though they can watch it for free anywhere. I don't want to click that. Give me my channel back, or something along those lines.
So
anyway,
I do want to point out, I'm looking at the 2 posters that they released.
Yes.
Neither one of them, I believe, has. Let me just double check. No, neither one of them have the Andre on there.
It's on. I guess it's on SmackDown on Friday.
Oh,
supposedly.
It's on SmackDown. Okay.
Yeah, they've been doing that for a couple of years. I mean,
so those guys don't get a WrestleMania payday. Okay, cool.
They'll find a way. But at this point, I'm not going to act.
That you say that actually.
I'm not going to act like I know what the economics are. And nowadays, it made more sense when there was like pay-per-view buys back in the day. Like, oh, hey, we did 400,000 buys at this pay-per-view. Here's that dollar amount. Here's the payday for everyone spread across like the card. I don't know how it works now or how it would.
I mean, the way it works now, like currently, is we are making record profits. Wait, fuck. No, we're not giving you. We're not giving you health insurance.
So they'll give them a pizza.
Bro,
party.
do not get me started on that. That is for its own episode. We will talk about that in the independent contractor bullshit. All right, because we went into it in our group chat this week, and I cannot get into it on this episode.
You have just put that episode out into the universe. That episode.
It's 100%, 100%.
Don't be shocked if that's next week.
I have opinions.
I have things to say.
I think we all do.
I have things to say.
So
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Anyway. So does this mean we don't have to talk about the Andre?
No, because it's not on the show.
Well, no offense, but like they made it like a jobber battle royal now. Oh, sorry, there'll be there's like I think like there'll be like 2 guys in it that matter.
There's a few names, but they're probably just going to give it to Bobby Lashley as a consolation prize.
Yeah, and it's not going to be. Shaq.
I feel bad that he got screwed, and we have no idea what's up with Wyatt at all.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Injury or whatever it is, I don't know. But
I don't know.
Yeah, that's not happening.
I was hoping
it would have been.
How would he be injured? He's had 1 match.
I don't
And
know,
it was a
man.
squash.
One on TV, but
I
still.
don't know, man. You ever stand up and you feel your whole fucking back crack? Maybe something like that.
I mean,
My back.
one, haha. Two, he did wrestle a few house show matches, and he looked normal. Well, he looked like regular ass Bray Wyatt, not
Yeah.
Mountain Dew Bray Wyatt, which makes me wonder why didn't they just do that? But I was kind of hoping that we would get some sort of payoff or like real beginning to the alleged the now legendary Wyatt Six. Actually,
Just
Fable.
because Bray Wyatt's not on the card does not mean that will not happen. That's all I got to say about that.
Yeah.
They're claiming some surprises. So I'll believe when I see it.
Well, like, but also,
WrestleMania. They gotta
and
do
also,
something.
listen. I don't want to like speed up and it's like not. I don't want to keep defending what they're doing with like the Wyatt Six stuff and like this extremely slow build. Because at some point you have to do something, or else if it does happen and you wait too long, people aren't going to give a shit. So maybe they figure something out this weekend. I don't know what, but at the same time, I'm in no rush for anything to be revealed. I do think when the time comes, they'll do it right.
Right.
I think Bray Wyatt's one of the best storytellers. If it's SummerSlam and they have to do something, I think they'll get it right. This is what I'm confident in.
He debuted at SummerSlam. He won the title once at SummerSlam. I could see it.
I know, and maybe that's like even putting it out there even longer, but
okay.
I don't think that's gonna happen. I think
No,
sometime
but
between this weekend and Monday Night Raw, we're gonna see something involving Bray Wyatt.
No. And I agree. I agree with you.
That could be saved for Smarkamania.
Yeah, I'm like agreeing with you. I'm not saying it'll be like SummerSlam or anything. I'm just like, if it was, I'm sure it'd be fine.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll go fine either way.
But
like you said, Bray knows what he's doing, and
yeah,
it's just a matter of if Vince is really how much is Vince's hand back in this.
I
business,
still don't believe that it's an insane amount, if any at all.
It's not an insane amount. Like, it's still definitely Triple H book it. Like, bottom line, you could see little hints of like maybe
I can see one
Vince
big
influence.
fucking blaring hint on this WrestleMania card. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, but that's on night 2. We'll get to it.
Yeah. Well, let's get here. Let's get into night one. Get into night one. I'll let you in front of me. Yeah, I'll let you take the lead on this. So that way you can
start from the bottom.
Let's go.
I'm going to start from the bottom and work our way up, even though originally the bottom was supposed to be what appears to possibly be the main event for night 1. Anyway, we have the first of 2, which in theory sounds okay. In execution, probably won't mean much. The WrestleMania showcase tag team matches. Braun Strowman and Ricochet, a tag team born out of Twitter, versus the Street Profits. Have they been tag team champions? I can't even remember now.
Maybe. I think so.
I don't know. Versus Alpha Academy, which whatever. I've heard Chad Gable is going to get a singles push, and that's the correct decision. Versus the
Otis is gone then, because
he's going to join the
models.
The models. He's going to be Otis.
I wish I was making this shit up. I thought they shut that down.
No, just
they
LA
just took
Knight
LA
left.
Knight out of it.
They just took LA Knight out of it.
So they're still doing the stupid model stick?
There's still
I'll say this.
Mansois and
it's not.
They're just like, all right, this is a really dumb idea, and this guy's way too good for it. But let's keep doing the really dumb idea.
No.
Whatever. It gets Chad Gable a singles push.
The shit. No, it's not. Remember the Fashion Police stuff with that
was different.
Fandango,
First of all, they never got airtime once they got out of NXT.
But they were doing that. I think some of the stuff they put online, I think like exclusive stuff is pretty funny. But that's where it is.
Why wasn't that on TV? Put that on TV.
I'm with you.
People would have loved it. Everybody loved that shit.
I'm with you.
They're not going to do that with this stupid model thing. They're not going to put them on TV like that.
I get it.
It's going to last all of 3 months. Vince is going to get bored. It's going to be another Spirit Squad. Just like it's going to be another fucking everything else that they've done.
True.
That's been this dumb.
Now, does anybody care about this match?
No, not really.
Don't
Don't
care.
care.
Don't care.
Are we picking?
First
Are
of
we
all,
picking winners?
I was not.
Street Profits out of all these, I
I'd
guess.
have to say Street Profits or Braun Strowman and Ricochet.
I'm gonna
Even
Yeah.
though
go.
they're a
I'm gonna go
ragtag
Braun.
team, I'd have to say
I'm
them.
gonna say it's gonna be one of those two. I'm just gonna say fuck it, Braun Strowman and Ricochet.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, next up on the card, which is historic. That might be it. Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio.
No, this was a good build. I'm not gonna
It's
don't care
it's
this.
yeah. I'm not dumping on it. It was a good build.
It's funny because I kind
Dominic
of feel the same way, but I almost
Dominic
want to
has
give
a
it a don't care.
Dominic as a shithead little heel is
He's been very good.
he's not been bad at all. And he's getting better in the ring.
Yeah. I mean, but like the story is fine because you're on
Yeah.
TV, like telling your mom to shut up, and then you're telling your dad, oh,
Gadget.
I wish Eddie was my dad, shit like that.
The build is fine, and Ray is a legend, and it's a father versus son moment, which at WrestleMania, which is an awesome WrestleMania moment, and I'm sure the match will be good, and I'm sure
Yeah.
it'll be entertaining. But at the end of the day, I'm kind of don't care on this. I'm like mostly don't care. I'd say care a little. I care a
Right.
little.
Right. That's what I mean. Where I don't want to give it the full don't care.
Yeah.
Because I think the build's been pretty good, especially like they did stretch it out as long as they could.
They're gonna.
But,
it's funny too because like watch, they're gonna fucking knock it out of the park. Next week we'll be doing a review episode where we're just like,
right.
wow, that fucking Mysterio match.
Yeah, right. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even again, I go
Although-
back, like the online video stuff they did with like Dom and Rhea just showing up at like the Mysterio house like every holiday in the build was always good.
Yeah.
So
Although it'd be kind of cool if Ray came out like in Halloween Havoc '96.
man, I mean, I don't know, he's smart. He'll figure something out.
Anyway, I'm gonna go Ray. I'm gonna go Ray.
Oh yeah. No, Dominic. Wait,
They haven't said this isn't like a Ray retires match type of thing,
okay.
right?
No,
Is it or is
I
it
don't
like
think it
he's
is.
not? Is it
No,
for his
he's-
mask or anything stupid like that?
I don't think
no,
so.
But
Then Dominic, 100% Dominic. Then
Yeah, I think so.
if this didn't have the whole Judgment Day thing around it, I would think that there would be some type of moment of Ray giving Dominic his mask, because that feels like a WrestleMania moment.
True.
But it has it, so
doesn't have to be.
doesn't.
It could just be a big pay-per-view moment. That could be a big 4 moment in general. The WrestleMania match to start the feud could be the WrestleMania moment.
yeah, fair enough. All right, moving on.
Can I is WrestleMania to just like a random side note? Is it? I know it's the biggest show of the year, but does it sometimes focus too much on blowing off stuff? I know not everything gets blown off at Mania, and I do
That's
know
my point.
sometimes.
That's kind
Like-
of the point I'm making. Like, I don't think everything needs to be blown off at Mania. I think feuds that start in Mania don't necessarily have to end at Mania.
Right.
This one could, if you want to really do Mysterios versus each other for a year, but like do like we're already kind of in this match as it is. Do we really want to see a year of the Mysterios?
Right.
But
No, I
I'm
get
willing.
it.
I'm willing to go through 3 to 6 months of it if you want to close it out at SummerSlam,
yeah.
or even Survivor Series. But like
Hair versus mask.
I would say,
Mullet
like
versus
if you want
mask.
if you want to do 2 at SummerSlam and then end all at Survivor Series where maybe Dom wins the mask or Ray retires, whatever you want to do. I think that's fine. I think there's nothing wrong with that, and I think that's a good amount of time to build a great story. I don't think you need 6 months to do it, but if you wanted to take it, I think you could do it and still keep it entertaining for that long at least. But I don't think it can be entertaining for much longer than that.
Right.
So
I just think people get the mindset of, it's Mania, it's got to end. It's like, no, it doesn't. You don't have to. It's not like there's an off season. It, like you can keep shit going, but
Feuds can start at Mania, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think they need to close out a Mania just because they started a Mania.
Okay, I gotcha.
Now, I will say that Ray went on record within like the past 2 days saying that he wants to retire when he's 50.
I think it's like
He's
year
currently-
away. He's like 48.
He's 48.
He feels like he should be way older than he is.
Yeah.
Am I wrong? Like I feel like
he's been around forever.
You're correct.
Obviously.
Like he was around in 96. I mean, I guess that, that
He
puts
was
him at his
around
early
before-
20s.
He's around like in 93, 94.
Right. I mean, I know that's like late teens, early 20s. So like clearly makes the age makes sense. It feels like he should be like 58. No offense to him. It does not like he looks it or anything. But like
No, he for 48, he looks great.
No, right. It's one of those
Well,
like it
you
feels
know,
like he should
with the
be older,
mask.
but it is what it is.
Yeah. Anyway.
No, but I mean, he's even gotten in better shape.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And this
Agreed.
last WWE stint, because if you're, not it wasn't that long ago where we had full bodysuit Rey Mysterio because he got fat. Like,
Yeah.
I keep forgetting
Fat Rey Mysterio was a thing.
Yeah.
He was. So I sometimes forget that he left for a while.
Yeah.
Just went and kind of did his
He's
thing.
been in decent.
I
He's been in
forget
pretty
that he
decent
was
shape ever since he came back, though, for sure.
I forgot he was in the main event of All In.
Yeah, that's kind of why he got. That's why he got re-signed, because Vince saw that and was just like, "Nope, not losing him."
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's exactly why he got signed. So
anyway, let's move on to the next match.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they would have gotten rid of this when Hunter gotten back, but Seth freaking Rollins.
Seth fucking Rollins.
Just taken away. Seth fucking Rollins. There.
I don't have a problem with the name. I know. I just
I have a problem with them saying it every time they say his name.
Yes.
That's my problem with it.
Versus Logan Paul.
I don't care about it being a nickname. I don't care about him being his entrance name. That's fine. That's cool with me. Seth freaking Rollins. That sounds awesome. It's when Michael Cole says Seth freaking Rollins 20 times during a match where I'm tired of it.
Yes.
Fair.
My only thoughts
are
yeah.
I'm gonna give it a yeah.
I'm gonna give it a yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of a mild yeah, because it'll be a great match. It'll be a very entertaining match. I just don't know jack shit about the build, really.
Because I think this is one of those matches where
Ball's an attraction.
Yeah. I think they threw it out there because I think wrestling fans are like, all right, well, like we've seen what Logan Paul's done for a year already, and sure.
Supposedly this is the last match he's contracted for.
Yeah, I don't see him leaving. I think they pay him enough, and it's great. It's great advertising for like his podcast and
his brand, basically.
Right, like the Prime Drink and stuff like that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see him, like, granted, like he can do whatever he wants. Like he's obviously big enough where he can put like an Instagram post. I'm sure he gets paid fucking hundreds of thousands of dollars to do that. Like, so like I'm sure if he wants to keep going, he will.
Yeah.
Do you think if he does want to keep going and if they do re-sign him, do you think he will wrestle more often on another contract?
No.
Probably not.
They'll keep him to a limited attraction base.
He'll be a special attraction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a harsh truth that I think a lot of wrestling fans need to accept is that like
part-timers exist.
Yeah, and they're good and they work. Like not every.
That's the thing. As long as they're good and they work.
But Brock, he's good enough to do it. But it's like everyone like oh, Brock Lesnar's gone. It's like, bro, who fucking cares? When Brock Lesnar shows up, you're still watching. Like same with Roman since he's had like the new contract with less dates. It doesn't make a difference.
I think part of what helped Brock was finally getting the titles off him and not really holding them hostage.
But like I don't know, but I kind of disagree with it because the titles were split at the time, so you still have a world champion that you could main event every pay-per-view with if you had to, and then like when you did both,
I feel like at the time they were just doing it just to erase CM Punk's record.
They might have
time.
Been. No, right, they might have been, but like I don't know, man. Just like even look at Roman in the year with both belts. How many pay-per-views did you not have a world title on the line, and it didn't matter? Because the talent was enough that the show was still good. I think and I don't know, man. It's just something.
Roman was still around enough.
Something in like the last year where I'm so tired of like the internet fucking wrestling fans that like it's just so like it took me so many years to get to this point where I'm like literally nothing anybody does is good enough for that audience, and it's just like.
You're just getting to that point? I mean, I've been at that point for years.
I'm just getting to that point, but it's like I think like
it was re-emphasized.
Yes. Or it's just like it's like when they they're so fun. This guy should be world champion. Like, buddy, there's two companies, there's two world champions at a time. What do you want? Like, oh, this guy's only the U.S. champ. That's it. Like, buddy, what do you want?
What do you want? Go look at Gunther. He's doing a great job having a secondary title.
So it's
Yeah.
like when everyone's like, "Well, the part time, he's a heel. He cheats every time. I don't know what. How does that? He shouldn't even have the belt."
All right, Chris.
Okay.
Lupo.
Oh, okay. 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 Yeah.
Hey, Chris Lupo.
Yeah. Okay.
Chris, how do you feel about Jinder Mahal?
He
I
was
don't know
the
if Chris
worst, bro.
listens to the show, but he goddamn should. I mean,
I
like
know.
I'm gonna send him a text about this week's episode.
I know.
I'm gonna like, hey Chris, I gave you a shout out.
We
Make
do.
sure you
We
listen
gotta
to the
have.
show.
We should have him on one.
We should have him on. Absolutely. I would love to get some Chris takes live on the YouTubes for people.
I would love it. It
Oh.
would. When I tell you how fucking not legitimately angry, but the passion I will have in countering these arguments, I can't wait. Coming soon.
Every single one of them, or just the ones that you legitimately disagree with?
No, the ones I legitimately disagree with.
I like
You're
how
going to
we're building it.
passionately defend.
I like how so
like-
far we've been building the next few weeks.
Like
Comments
the
on the
heel,
fly.
like the heel stuff. The heel stuff gets me fucking going because it's the dumbest take of all time.
I can't wait. I can't wait to be a part of this. Oh my god.
I also need someone that's just going to blindly defend everything AEW does, regardless of what's actually happening. So I'll be in touch. Chris Lupo.
There you go.
We'll be in touch. Our people will talk to your people.
Yes.
All right. So if
meaning,
you're going to
meaning, I'm going to have like Dennis talk to DJ or something instead of
because those two like talking to each other. That's not the feud of the century.
Think you're better at high school sports than me?
Real rivals. That's Dennis and DJ are like Rock and Austin.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They like it's like they hate each other, but
Slurms McKenzie versus Joe Patrick. That's
the $1 million match.
Oh yeah.
I'd sell the Garden out with that match if people knew about these.
You think All In was a gamble, buddy? We headline with that bet's cashing. We're selling the place out.
Can me and Andy work the dark match?
Yes.
Yes.
Listen, when I tell you we're gonna the Doyen Dome is people are hanging from the rafters for that one. Anyway,
Do you have any more thoughts on Seth Rollins and Logan Paul?
I think we can move on.
No, I think the match should be good. Yeah. I think
it's going to be entertaining. I'll be sports entertained. There's no way these two athletes are not going to sports entertain me.
Do you think we get another anime moment like we did the Royal Rumble?
100%. We're going to get some springboard bullshit. Something's going to happen.
Yeah.
These guys are way too athletic for something not to happen. That's crazy. I mean, and it's WrestleMania. Like, think about Seth Rollins taking the ultimate RKO. You don't think Logan Paul is going to try and do something similar to that?
Do you think that is the best RKO?
It's one of them. It's in my top 3 for sure.
The Evan Bourne one.
Evan Bourne is up there. And
I don't know what the third one is. There's definitely a good third one.
Yeah.
But those two are definitely top 3.
Yeah.
So anyway, supposedly
I'll tell you one of them. I'll tell you one of them right now that I thought was really awesome. That was kind of a recent memory that you'll appreciate, Skylar. Jeff Hardy off the top of the Hell in the Cell when he swung his legs out from underneath him and hit him on the way down.
Yeah,
that was so flawlessly timed.
That was dope.
Yeah, love that one. That's one of my favorites as well.
All right, who you got?
Oh, right.
I got Rollins.
I got to take Rollins on this, but it wouldn't surprise me if they want to put Paul over either. Like, I wouldn't be shocked, but I gotta if I'm a gambling man, I'm saying Rollins.
Yeah, Rollins.
If Logan Paul wins, they're gonna build something up for him for SummerSlam.
Yeah, if Paul wins, he's obviously re-signing. That's all I'm saying about that. That's what I will say. That's my hot take on that. But if he doesn't win, he might be taking a break. They might be working something out. I don't know. But if he wins, they definitely have a contract in place already.
I'll say this. So it might be the next pay-per-view Backlash is in Puerto Rico with Bad Bunny hosting. So I wonder if they're going to build something between the month. I'm not saying it's this match specifically.
Bad Bunny versus Logan Paul. Book it.
Yeah,
listen.
Book it.
It
book
actually
it right now.
probably would be a good match too. That's the thing.
As long as they have like some promoter who helps them put the match together in the back, that match would be fucking fire. 100%.
Exactly.
You're onto something
You
there.
just get a little input from
Who
the
knew Bad
WWE guy
Bunny
that just
was-
says, all right, well, let me hear your ideas for all the crazy spots you want to do, and I'll
Yeah.
figure out how to put it together so it makes sense.
Yeah.
If they can do that, 100% I would be on board.
All right. I'm not like, it's not like a prediction or anything. It's just one of those. Maybe Bad Bunny shows
Prediction.
up because
Prediction.
Bad Bunny shows up.
Well, Bad Bunny is going to show up here. Like that's just facts.
True.
That's just the facts of the lives. Yeah.
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 All right. What's
All right.
next?
Moving on. Becky Lynch, Lita, and Trish Stratus versus Damage Control.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Anytime Lita's on my screen, it's a yeah.
I mean, literally anytime any one of these six are on my screen.
Big facts.
Yeah.
When people were getting over their first crush of the Pink Power Ranger, I was already onto my crush of Lita. So I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
No, I am 100% with you on that.
Agreed.
But beyond that,
damage.
beyond the
It'll be a good match.
beyond the childish crushes, all six of these women in the ring are 100% workers, and
Yes.
obviously, Trish and Lita were the only female workers in the company during their time. I'm sorry, but that Divas division was atrocious. Obviously,
those two basically changed the game for women in
for
wrestling.
women in general in wrestling, yeah,
It was
Yeah.
them and like
100%.
May.
And
It was
then
them and
beyond
Mae
that-
Young showing up to take a bump. That was all the.
Watching Moolah get hit by a guitar today in my feed,
sti-
that was something I wasn't expecting to see today, but I did,
still
so.
think after she took that guitar shot backstage, she said, "That you call that guitar shot, you pussy."
Grandpa. Whenever
bet
the
you
Well, that was
hostess,
Moolah, not
like,
May. If it was May, then yeah, I'd give it to you. But that was
that was
Moolah who
Moolah
took
in
the
that
guitar.
video.
Moolah
was
probably
Moolah, yeah.
Moolah probably
Oh,
went
well,
backstage and
well,
like
then she
abused one of
deserved
the trainees
Moolah-
she had with her.
Moolah gave it the old Hogan sell that Hogan gave the Undertaker. Oh, you got me, brother. Yeah, because in case you didn't know, Moolah's a huge piece of shit.
Was
Yeah,
Thank
it
God.
was whatever.
Is
But anyway,
it is and it will
forever.
So I
Where's the WWE
now
logo?
forever.
Now forever.
She is a
Shit.
bitch. Then now forever.
man.
Don't sue us for copyright.
Oh, fuck it.
I think this will be an
We're
entertaining
gonna get a cease and
match.
desist.
Yes,
That
that's
would
what
be
I
the
meant.
first time for me.
I think it'll be an entertaining match. I don't know. They keep talking about Trish Stratus is going to turn on Becky at some point, and they're going to have a SummerSlam.
Ooh, that's
feud.
interesting. I didn't know. Oh, all right, I'm into that.
So
Sign me up for
if
all
that
of it,
starts
all of it.
here,
So then
I'm-
Damage Control wins. It makes
here's
sense.
the thing. I love the idea and the members of Damage Control. I feel like Bailey not getting one of the women's titles during that was a missed opportunity.
Oh wait, they came around? They've been around like 6 months, right? Since this past SummerSlam.
SummerSlam.
I mean, I don't know. Bianca Belair has been the champ for a year. I don't necessarily have a
And
problem that
she-
she didn't get a title.
And she does not feel as significant as she once did, but we'll get to her match night 2.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna say Damage Control also
Yeah.
to just like, give them some credibility, and we'll get another tag title match. Maybe that's
Yes.
when Trish turns on,
Oh, could be. Yeah.
and Dakota Kai and Io Sky get the titles back.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
I probably would have said Becky Lita and Trish just for a nice kind of welcome coming home match, but
True.
not knowing, but hearing this tidbit of possible information, I might have to switch and say Damage Control as well, I guess.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah. All right. And now we're gonna get to one that's gonna have a conversation to it.
Yes.
The undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship match: The Usos versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. It is part of the Bloodline. It is a significant part of the Bloodline storyline.
Yeah.
It's kind of interwoven throughout the years. Like Kevin Owens, him and Roman had 2 Royal Rumble title matches, 2 years apart.
Yeah. 21, 23.
Disappointed. This should be the main event.
This should be main
Listen,
event night one.
until I see it, I'm not. I know Skylar said that the poster they put out is supposedly like the order, but I'm still not buying it. The only, like I said, the only thing I could believe is that they're like, oh hey, like it's John Cena, so put him in the main event. Like it makes sense, but no, this tag title match has to be the main event. And
This
if
is the
it's
main
not,
event of
if
night
it's
one,
not,
even if it's not last.
if it's not the main event, it's got to open. This can't just get lost in like match 3 or some shit.
You see, I kind of
After all
believe
this,
I kind of believe your theory only because it's like I feel like they wouldn't just stack the tag title matches all together.
right?
Because basically the way it reads out the rest of the night is title matches in general. I mean,
yeah.
but
I don't know. I just
the feud.
when was the last time? Well, first of all, I mean the tag team titles has never been main event at WrestleMania ever.
No.
And how many times has a tag team match been main event? Once,
WrestleMania 1.
So that in itself would be cool. And the match quality would be fine if they were main event. Like I don't.
Those matches going to be.
I think this is
fucking-
definitely a main event spot.
This is
match.
a
I think it
7
should
in the.
be.
This is going to be a 7 in the Tokyo Dome.
But like, and forget
7-star.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Forget with
and
the 7-star there, Meltzer.
Take
I
the match
think-
quality out completely. Just
the
base it on
the
story.
emotion,
Yes.
the just all of everything.
I think they're gonna
there.
if it's not main event, they're gonna screw themselves into a Undertaker Shawn Michaels situation at Mania, and no one's gonna follow it.
Nobody's
And
going to
then,
give a
like,
shit about the rest of the night.
It's like no offense to like John Cena or Theory or the women's title or whatever, if this is in fact the order. But and honestly, no offense to that tag team match, but that tag team match should be like the filler match that's right before the main event.
The cool down.
Right. Yes, that's the word. That's the term I'm looking for.
Yeah.
But it should be the main event just based on the story. Forget, like the months and months. And like you could argue that John Cena, Austin, but you could argue that John Cena, Austin Theory sort of been in the making for a little bit. But it was really,
it's a passing of the torch match. We know, we get it.
It is. But that's what, like, you're gonna have John Cena, Austin Theory main event for Austin Theory to go over. I don't buy that. I think, I mean, we'll get to it. I don't want to like intertwine the matches, but if the U.S. title's main event, I think Cena's winning.
Well,
LOL, Cena wins.
We'll get to
run it back. We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
We'll get to it.
But this tag match, listen, we know you can, even if you want to go back further than, I mean, I know it's years, but like just this specific thing, even if you want to say it just dates back to War Games or a little before, you're talking about November to April. That's a 5-month plus. Just like if you want to talk about direct build into this, it's obviously been longer, but that alone is enough to be main event.
Does this match start with everyone staring each other down in the ring to the "This is awesome" chant?
Yeah, probably.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a pre-match chant for sure.
When's the last time a tag team title match has been this hyped?
I mean, I can tell you something that I were pretty hyped for, but
I did just
general consensus.
I just rewatched New Day and the Usos from Hell in a Cell 17. That was really good.
That match got brutal at the end.
Yeah, it did. But I mean,
that was a damn good match.
Like that match was awesome. But as far as hype goes, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I know the Usos were champ. I mean, the Usos were champ.
I'm pumped for it. Everybody's pumped for this match. It's gonna be sick. I think it should be main eventing. I think, obviously talking prediction wise, like I'm taking Zayn and Owens because I really think that they're going to start doing the destruction of the bloodline pretty much coming up. So, they've been, bloodline has done its thing. Roman's been champ for a long time. I believe, I think they're all losing their titles at Mania. Spoiler alert for night 2 there. But, yeah, I do think that this is the way that it's a huge match. First of all, it's going to be a big title change, and it's going to be the beginning, big moment, but also like the beginning of a excuse me, the beginning of the unraveling of the biggest storyline
Yeah.
that they've had for the past 2 years. So
Yeah.
a huge moment for
We're
everybody
moving
involved.
into Act 3 or 4, whatever.
Exactly.
You want to call it.
Yeah.
I wanna
We're getting to the
throw-
closing part of this era.
The main reason this should be main event of night one is and like they have to use these 2 nights to their benefit. What was the Kofi Mania stuff? What was that? 19 when he beat Daniel Bryan.
I'm bad.
WrestleMania
I'm
night
bad with you.
or
No,
2019?
2019.
I want to say yes,
Okay,
because there
so
was a crowd for that.
right,
Yeah.
but so that match, I understand it was a cool moment and stuff, but that match being in just the middle of the show, it feels like it sort of got lost because he didn't really have time to like do a proper. If you had 2 nights of WrestleMania and that was the main event of like night one or whatever, and then like you would have had the show going off the air with Kofi doing his thing. Instead, he gets like 30 seconds and then on to the next.
Yep.
I feel like that's what you're doing with this as well. Of this could be a main event. You can really give it the time. You can give whoever's gonna win, even though I feel like we all think it's KO and Sammy. You can give them the time to like let the moment breathe, let them end the show. I mean,
Yeah.
It just makes the most sense.
Yeah.
And I feel like
it already starts driving the story for night 2.
Yep.
Yes.
With Roman and the bloodline, because now they've already let Roman down on night 1, and he's gonna at some point they're gonna have to acknowledge that before the main event match. You're gonna get some backstage segment where Roman's chewing him out or something, but and if not, it'll be on Raw the next night, 100%.
For some
Yeah, for
reason,
But
I kind of feel like if Solo joins them ringside, I feel like we're gonna get some kind of surprise return. Like Solo will try to get involved in the towards the end, and we'll get some kind of surprise return to like counteract it. I don't know why; it's just a hunch. I'm probably just pulling something out of my ass.
You might be. I'm not sure who would return.
That's what I'm like trying to think of, like who like feuded with the bloodline that like hasn't been seen in a little while. Anyway, I digress.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are we all in agreement that
Yeah.
Sammy and Kevin?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a huge
Let's move on. Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley.
Rhea wins.
Rhea,
I don't have a lot. I don't have
Rhea
a lot to
needs
say
to win.
about it. Yeah, no, she'll return the favor from 3 years ago. I
Also,
think she beats Charlotte.
You don't have Rhea be the first woman to go wire to wire in the.
No, she's
Rumble
winning.
and-
She's winning.
Yeah,
You don't get that spot not to take this spot.
Who did
like
Charlotte?
Mike said, she's owed. So
Who did Charlotte beat Ronda, right?
Yeah, on like she returned after
No,
Ronda
I know.
defended
No,
the title.
I knew that. So, but I feel like Rhea Charlotte's just the. I think they literally did that to have the rematch for Rhea Ripley.
Probably. Yeah, I guess so. Because
Like,
originally it's supposed to be Charlotte and first I think it was supposed to be like Becky and Ronda 1-on-1, but then they thought that feud wasn't as hot as it was going to be when they should have done it
a few years ago. Yeah, but yeah, no, I think they'll return the favor. Rhea wins, and it all makes sense. I'm kind of I'm in the middle. I don't really have like a yes or no to it. I'm sure it'll be good.
It'll be a good
I
match.
Yeah,
but
I'll enjoy it. Charlotte, like despite everybody kind of just being sick of Charlotte, which that's basically what I think a lot of the hate that Charlotte gets is people are just it's the same. It's the Cena treatment, and it's not that she did anything wrong except.
Yeah.
The only thing Charlotte did wrong was that she was around for too many years, winning too many times. That's the only thing she did wrong. She's always put on great matches. This will be no different.
Yes.
Yep. Agreed.
All right. Let's
and now
to keep it wrong.
And now what I think is just putting John Cena on the poster because he's your most star power. That's my theory on that.
See what you did there.
Yep.
John Cena versus Austin Theory for the United States title.
Yeah. Listen, if I said it, I know I said a few minutes ago, if this is the main event, I do think Cena wins. I just listen, it's no disrespect to Austin Theory, like he's talented, but a WrestleMania main event going off the air with Austin Theory as like the last thing you see. I don't. We're not there yet. To me,
Why do we need to bring the United States title into this?
I disagree.
really,
With which one of us?
I think. I think me. It is
CJ.
very within the realm of possibility that Austin Theory wins this match. And the reason being is
Austin
because
Theory's my pick.
he's my pick too. That's what I'm saying. Like I know Mike's saying that he thinks Cena could win or might win.
Yeah.
And I'm saying I disagree with that because I think Theory wins. Mostly because we are, I think, getting the happy ending the next night. And that's like almost a guarantee at this point.
true.
In my
Said
opinion.
Ripley to the androids. Are we not using phrasing anymore?
Phrasing?
Thank you.
Yeah. I think I think we're getting our happy ending the next night. I know I live in Vegas now, and that has a very
Whole
different
different
meaning out here.
cognition.
But
What is that? What is that?
Oh, that's when a massage lady gives you a nice hand job at
So,
the end.
do you
of,
know the
What?
football player?
massage?
Do you know who Deshaun Watson is?
Oh no.
Oh yeah. That guy.
Oh, he
Gosh.
did that a
He
lot.
loves a good happy ending.
Yeah. Not only
But
did he,
anyway,
Guy
Really?
loves getting
allegedly,
loves getting it.
Allegedly.
Loves allegedly forcing a masseuse to jerk him off.
loves
dude,
allegedly forcing.
not only a scummy, but fucked up the quarterback market.
Mm-hmm.
He
Yeah,
did.
literally.
Well,
Deshaun Watson, thank you. Thank you
technically
for
the Bro-
fucking a lot of honest living women and the entire NFL. You did both, and they were both
Well, to
terrible
be-
ideas.
But
And
to be fair, the Browns did though, not necessarily him.
that's facts. The Browns really fucked up the NFL, and that's why nobody wants to talk to Lamar Jackson right now.
Yes.
Yes.
But anyway,
And
we
that's why
digress.
that's why
where
is the
is
wrestling.
the
I want sports
Wrestling.
entertainment, not sports. Fuck you.
Okay. Also, yeah, it should be a solid match. I think it'll be good.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not
think
saying
it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a good match for sure.
No, like I'm not saying it's gonna be
Do
like
you-
a bad match by any means. I'm just not at the point where and I understand that I understand the point of the whole like happy ending stuff, not jerking off the moment. I understand like, oh well, if it's happy night too, that we can go, but I feel like they don't do that though. Like what was the main event? What was the night one main event? Stone Cold Kevin Owens. I feel like both nights last year you did the whole happy ending, send the crowd home, happy stuff. Maybe they're
Yeah, but
gonna.
you don't always have to do that.
No,
mean,
I
just the
agree, but I
fact
feel
that
like
they got
Mania
a
they do.
match with Stone Cold.
No, true.
I don't think you do it, Mania. I don't think you necessarily do it, Mania.
No, and I'm agreeing with you. You look at like that triple threat 2 years ago when Roman ended up keeping the title when he, as a heel, and that was the end of the second night. So I get it. It's possible. I think with the stories you have though,
Last year he also the last thing was him holding up both titles.
Oh, that's true. It was, but him and Brock, I guess there was really you were going to piss somebody off one way or the other, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
Very
Yeah.
polarizing people in the company.
Yeah, no. I guess it's a good problem to have. I don't know if it's the main event. I still think Cena wins. If they open Mania, Austin Theory wins. Or any. I mean, no. I don't think. I think they're either going to be main event or opener.
I swear to
I
God,
think-
they said it's going to open the mat on TV. They said it's opening Mania.
I hope so because the tag match forget the people in it. The tag team wrestling deserves that WrestleMania main event spot at least one more time. If if it's never going to happen again, if you're never going to have this hot of a story, now's the time to do it because you might not get another shot to have a tag team title match in the WrestleMania main event.
Speaking of
and hold on, are there any dickheads out there that deem like the night one main event as like not proper WrestleMania main event, or like is there anyone out there that does that? Like, well, the only actual
I mean,
main
I'm
event
sure
is night.
we're
I
talking.
did the first year.
You're asking about the internet wrestling
Oh,
community, Michael?
yeah,
Is
yeah,
that
you're right.
those people?
Yeah,
That's
you're
the
right.
people you're asking. The
You're
internet
right.
wrestling community, if they have varying opinions on what a main event is, that's who you want to know. Of course,
Well,
there are fucking
actually,
people
it's
saying that
if
shit.
you're no main event night two, fuck you.
Yeah, of course there are people who feel that way. Do I feel that way? Absolutely not, because I'm not
Okay.
a fucking idiot.
I know, right? I know we don't. Like, if it's Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn and the Usos in the main event, then Kevin Owens can be like, "Hey, 2 straight years WrestleMania main event. Look at that."
100%, 100%.
All right.
I
Just
mean,
to
I
keep,
think there's always going to be people that say like, "Yeah, night one main event," and that's fine if you want to say that. But fuck you, it's still a WrestleMania main event. Eat a dick.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's how I
There's
feel
a
about
reason
it.
that they had Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair close night one that
And
year.
it was a fucking great match.
Yeah,
So you could have had an argument for Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch. What was that last year?
I think so.
Just to keep
anyway,
it moving
you guys start setting
along.
up
Yeah,
night
let's
two,
go.
but I
Let's
gotta.
go.
Yeah,
Just to keep it
you
moving
guys go ahead and
along.
go through the next one.
Speaking
I'll
of
be right
okay. Um
Yeah,
where's he
let's.
going?
I don't know. Take a piss or something.
Okay. Anyway,
Or he's gone.
or
Or-
he just checked out. He's
Yeah.
good to go. You want to start night two, or is there anything else we should address?
Let's move on to night two, because I'm sure any other stuff we come up with we'll kind of just add in here.
So speaking of
Here's what I
tag team-
found.
Jesus. Thanks, Siri. You
Thanks,
bitch.
Siri. Speaking of so here's a tag team match that your Siri set off my Siri. I don't know how.
It's just well, I also said it. Maybe somehow I picked it up.
Jeez, at technology.
It's great.
Yes, fantastic. Speaking of okay, so a tag team match that shouldn't ever made event at WrestleMania. Opening night 2, we have the second WrestleMania showcase match. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Natalia and Shotzi versus Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler versus Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green.
This is just a big don't care.
Don't care. And
listen,
obviously Ronda and Shayna are winning.
And they should win this match in like 3 minutes, if we're being honest. And it's no offense to everyone else, but like I don't know what this tag stuff.
Why they
like it's great. They're all on Mania. It's cool, but no, Ronda and Shayna should win this without even an issue here.
Craig, give us your.
Oh wow, we're that far already.
Go ahead and say it.
All right, Brock Lesnar for almost.
No.
There.
No, we're not there yet.
I disagree.
We're not there yet. Back up for a quick
Oh,
second.
the fatal four-way. The fatal
four-way
tag.
women's tag match.
Oh, I know. I just wanted to get that out. But anyway.
well, that match is next. So first, let's address this one.
Oh, I thought you guys said something about Gunther and
No.
McIntyre when I put my headphones on.
Not
I
at
misheard
all.
you then.
Not
I'm sorry.
even
All right,
close.
go ahead.
No.
I heard wrong then. I thought
Okay.
that's what I was saying. You're that far already?
I was
No,
waiting
no,
for.
no, no.
Okay, I'm waiting for you to say "don't care"
For the first one?
Yeah.
for Liv More the women's fatal four-way.
All right.
Thank you. And obviously, Ronda and Shayna are winning. Anyway.
Yeah.
And honestly, if Ronda is actually injured, I get why they did this instead of having the women's tag title match. But still.
Yep.
Didn't we already have problems with the women's tag titles not getting defended or?
Womp womp womp.
Womp. Okay,
Don't
moving
care.
on. Moving on. Brock Lesnar versus Almost.
Don't care.
Except for the visual Brock Lesnar F5ing Almost.
Hear me out.
Why?
Because just look at it for what it's going to be. It's going to be some fucking 5-minute match. They're going to beat the fuck out of each other for 5 minutes. So there's going to be a cool spot, and then everybody, and then we're done. Now, if
This
the
match will be 2.5 minutes max.
yeah, and exactly. But as a grand total, I mean 5 minutes. Like all that shit.
Sure.
Now, if your argument is what they could have done with Brock Lesnar, I'm with you. I would have loved to see
Literally almost anything.
right, but I would have loved to see Brock Lesnar and Gunther or Brock Lesnar and literally
Yes.
anybody. Like
I would have taken
did,
Bobby Lashley again.
Yeah.
I would have taken that too. Was there anybody else they sort of teased when Brock was in the Rumble, or was it mainly like him and Gunther had like the face off, and everyone was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah, Brock was not in the Rumble for that
No,
long.
he wasn't in
actually.
it long, and Bobby Lashley threw him out,
No.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Honestly,
yeah, I would have rather
Bobby
done that.
I thought it was
Lashley-
going to be either Gunther or Lashley, and
I think
the
the
fact that it's
Lashley-
not one of those guys pisses me off.
Now,
Yeah.
but it's also like, listen, for what it is, you're getting Brock on the card. He's not in the main event because now I feel like this is where I feel like the internet wrestling fans are picky because if Brock was in a main event spot again, they'd be like, oh, Jesus Christ again. And now he's in a lesser spot and it's still like, well, fuck, man. It's like, I'm not saying they could have done better, but I think for what this is supposed to be, I'm with it. I'll watch a couple minutes of these two dudes trying to beat the fuck out of each other. And if it's bad, it's bad. And then we move on.
Okay. Speaking of which, can we move on?
Yeah, go ahead. I just wanted to get my counterpoint out there.
Also, very quickly, this is ending with Brock Lesnar giving him an F5 and winning, right?
I mean, it has to.
Right.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Before I say what the match, I'm just going to give it away by saying, thank God they got rid of the pay-per-view, and now this is finally a big gimmick match again.
Yes.
Edge versus Finn Balor, Hell in a Cell.
I'm with it.
I think this will be
Yeah.
I think this. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this will be a violent match.
Yep. If
it's supposed to be Brood Edge versus Demon Balor.
If
we might actually get the actual Brood.
If that happens, that's going to be fucking cool as shit. If we actually get the
Yes,
whole
it is.
Brood together.
Yep.
I know
even Christian.
That's what I'm hoping.
So at the very least, Gangrel. I mean,
no, that'll be cool as shit. That'll be cool as shit. Yeah.
I want Finn Balor to really win this, and I have a feeling he won't.
Just a quick question about that entrance. If Christian does come, how do you think they do it? Do they let Edge come up first, then Gangrel,
raise them one at a time?
Or do they send,
absolutely,
or do they send all three of them up together like they used to?
One at a time. One at a time would be cooler.
Yeah, and with the WrestleMania stage, they'll
figure it
cool
out.
way to do it.
They'll figure it out. It'll be cool as hell.
Yes. Anyway, I think this will be a damn good match. I think it will be nice and violent. I'm gonna say Finn Balor is gonna win just because I want to believe. It's probably gonna be Edge though.
Yeah, I think it's Edge if they're gonna blow it off officially, or who knows, or I don't know, or they actually protect the demon.
I want Balor to finally get back up the card.
He can do it though, but I feel like he's in a spot where they can figure it out.
Man, this is tough. I gotta say, I was literally leaning one side until just a second ago, and now I'm having a change of heart. Like it's like actively changing, and I'm like, I think even if this is a closeout, like if they want to close out the story of Edge and Judgment Day with this match, I was originally gonna say Edge to kind of get like the happy mood flowing a little bit, but I don't know. I feel like if they have intentions to push Balor, keeping in mind he is a former Universal Champion and
inaugural.
he is also one of Triple H's boys. Yes,
inaugural Universal Champion.
And he's one of Triple H's boys. If they want to give Finn Balor the push, especially with the Judgment Day, and make them all strong, this is how you do it. You give them a win over Edge at Mania.
Agreed.
I hope so. Any other thoughts on this match?
No. I mean, I'm again
can't wait for it.
To your point, the Hell in a Cell being back on a show that's not called Hell in a Cell is nice.
Agreed.
And apparently by all accounts,
was the last WrestleMania Hell in a Cell when the Boss Man was hung from the cage?
Oh no, there's been plenty of Hell in a Cells on Mania since then.
We found this on the web.
Oh my God, how many times?
Oh no! Oh no! What a thing to look up. Big Boss Man being hung from cage. Here's a bunch of videos.
I'm gonna go ahead and say
wouldn't be the first time. Mid-2000s internet users know.
Yes.
Yep.
We all saw Saddam hanging there.
Yeah.
Just hanging out.
And anyway,
speaking of Big Boss Man specifically, though, I remember as a kid how much that traumatized me because I legit thought I just watched murder happen, and
yeah,
you know, I I'm a kid. I don't know wrestling's gimmicked. I don't
Was
know
it
that these things are
99? Yeah.
planned. I don't know that
It's
shit's
still real
written
to
out.
you, damn it.
All I see is, it was still very real to me, damn it.
Very
And
real.
I'm seeing this dude lifelessly hang because he struggled and stopped before the pay-per-view stopped, just lifelessly hang from a rope, from a cell to up until that point in my life, everybody has told me was a very bad thing to do and is very lethal
Yeah.
to put a rope around your neck. And now
Yeah.
this man is lifelessly hanging from this giant cage with a rope around his neck. And I don't know how old I was, but I know that I thought I witnessed a murder. I was like, they legit just killed someone on television.
What do you mean?
Speaking of the
What do you mean the
Brood-
show is going to go on? Oh wait,
Oh,
my bad, everybody, but don't care.
anyway.
Go.
Yeah. All right. I want to move on.
True
One,
story.
for the sake of time. Two, because this match is going to kick all sorts of ass.
Yep.
Can I give my
Intercontinental-
name for this match? My personal name for this match? My favorite name?
Go
And
on.
you guys already know what it is.
Go on.
Go
This
on.
is my favorite part of the show. Big meaty men slapping some meat. Featuring Gunther, Drew McIntyre, and Sheamus. I
mean,
cannot wait for
This
some
match is
big
gonna-
meaty men slapping meat.
This
Mhm.
match is going to kick all sorts of ass.
Like you were saying how, oh yeah, Edge and Finn Balor is going to be violent, and like I'm like, is it gonna be the most violent?
That's going to be kind of like gruesome,
Like Edge
gore
or
violent, whereas this is just going to be beating the shit out of each other
Like,
violent.
like
Bit of a
Edge and Finn
difference.
Balor might bleed, but like I feel like everyone's
Okay.
chest in this IC
Edge
title
and Finn
match
Balor
is
is
just
going to be
like
more.
blown
Edge
up
and
from
Finn Balor is
chops.
going to be Mortal Kombat. Gunther, Drew McIntyre, and
Yeah.
Sheamus is going to be either Final Fight or Street Fighter.
Fair. Okay.
That's what that. Both are violent,
Mm.
just different kinds of violent. Although
Fair.
one's
These
become
three
murder-
guys
other
are
one's
going
become murder
to
porn.
they're going to chop, club,
hmm
forearm the fuck out of each other.
Very
These guys, I guarantee you, are going to have so many welts and red spots all over their bodies by the end
Oh,
of this
yeah.
match.
Oh yeah.
I cannot fucking wait. I gotta say, probably besides the tag team match and probably the main event, which I am excited about, this is probably the match I'm most excited about on the card.
Agreed.
Agreed. Yeah.
What if Brock was in this for a fatal 4-way?
Oh my God.
You just, I think, yeah, hold on. I might have to go change my pants.
Yeah. That
Excuse me.
SummerSlam match with Braun Strowman, Samoa Joe, and
yeah.
Roman. This would basically be the spiritual successor if you
Right,
threw
okay.
Brock into that,
Okay.
and it would be just fucking amazing.
It's not too late, Hunter or
It's-
Vince, whoever's out there. running it.
Whoever's in charge right now.
Just saying.
Whoever's secretly in charge.
Yes.
I think Sheamus wins if we need to pick somebody. I feel like he's never had the IC title, right?
And that is kind of been the storyline.
But at the same time, Gunther's been champ for so long. I'd like to see him just keep it for a while. Like if we are gonna have a main title change, let's almost like, okay, this dude's had this belt for a long time. Let's like keep that going.
I think, and there's a reason why. I think Sheamus gets his moment.
Hmm.
Because for a while I was just like, Gunther's going to retain. I think they'll do it. I originally thought that maybe Sheamus would beat him like a one more match, like somewhere in the next month or two. I'm going to say Sheamus does it now, only because I think Gunther will and definitely should be built as a SummerSlam world title opponent.
Fair.
I think
Either way, I'm excited. It's gonna be a good match.
this is going to be a fantastic match.
It's hard for me to pick because I kind of, for selfish reasons myself, I kind of be okay with it going either way, the other way. But
I honestly, I
going to
really
say-
would not be bothered by
Yeah.
anyone winning.
no, and that's kind of my point. So I will say this though. I don't know if it's going to be Drew or Sheamus. I'm probably leaning more towards Sheamus, but I do think that the title's going to change hands.
Yeah,
Makes
if it
sense.
does, if it changes hands, it's gonna be Sheamus.
Makes
And,
sense.
Yeah, probably Sheamus, but
Anyway,
for
that match
selfish
gonna,
reasons, for the same reason why you want to keep Finn Balor alive, I want to keep Drew McIntyre alive too because I want to believe.
No, I think Drew McIntyre. I think when they finally address the world title situation, which I'll obviously will be,
Oh, I
We'll get
agree.
to
He'll
that.
which will
probably be back in
obviously
that
be part
picture,
of my
but-
thoughts.
Yes.
I could see Drew McIntyre being a world champion within the next 9 to 12 months.
Fair.
Anyway, just for the sake of moving along, and I don't think there will be too much to talk about with this next match. Bianca Belair versus Asuka for the Raw Women's title.
Oscar's ready.
Yeah. First off, and I said this when it happened, I am all sorts of here for Kana the murder clown coming back.
Yeah. And listen, I feel like the night 2 has a theme of just people beating the fuck out of each other because I think this match will be no different.
Yes.
Mhm.
I think this will
So,
be I think
yeah.
this will be a good knockout brawl, and
yeah, no, I think Asuka wins.
I think
just
Asuka
kinda-
wins.
I think the build's been whatever, but I think the match will be fine.
Yes.
But I
And-
do think Asuka takes this one.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Oscar as well.
Bianca's had a good run.
I am
but
looking forward
Yeah.
to this though.
Yeah.
As far as the women's matches that we're getting on night 2, this is definitely the one I definitely am looking forward to actually
Agreed.
watching.
There's
Agreed.
only 2, and yeah, by default at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
But still, even
Anyway.
without that, it's still going to be a damn good match in Asuka.
Yeah.
I think Asuka gets one more run in her,
Yeah, no, it'll
Let's
be
go.
good.
especially as the murder clown. I'm very excited.
Exactly. Makes
And
sense.
finally,
We made it. Main event night 2.
the American Nightmare versus Cody Rhodes versus the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE
Triple threat. Triple threat match.
triple threat. Nobody told me it was a triple threat.
Wait, what happened?
The American Nightmare.
The American
versus-
Nightmare versus Cody
Cody
Rhodes
Rhodes.
versus
Damn.
Gotcha, bitch.
Who is this American Nightmare?
I love me and Mike just immediately popped at the same time. We're just like, nope, not letting him
What?
get away with this one.
No.
Nope.
No.
Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE
Yeah.
Universal Championship.
Are you too good to
We
call them
all
by
knew
their
this
nicknames?
match was coming. We still were heavily invested.
The build was awesome, all
I
things
think the-
considered.
Can't wait.
Considering they had to deal with, Cody not being Sammy, they managed to
did.
to
The
do a great job.
the crowd chanting "Whoa" at his theme is like louder every week.
Oh yeah. Without question. And
So
Cody's
all
going
that-
to be a WWE star.
all
I mean,
those thoughts, us included, of is Sammy going to force him to change plans? And they didn't. And I feel like this is one of the first times where a plan doesn't blow up in their face because it's like if they were going to lose people, they got them back immediately onto like Cody's side. Like the popularity never like waned. I don't think people were clamoring for Sami Zayn to be in this spot like everyone thought at Elimination Chamber.
right.
And it's nothing against anybody. It's
I think
just
Sammy's got a great spot.
yes.
And I think like people are like, you know what? Sammy's got a great spot on the card, so we're not gonna hijack the show.
right. Whereas in the past, that is, countless times that's happened at this point. So, and that's why.
Meanwhile, like in previous cases, it was just like, well, Daniel Bryan's not going to be in the main event or in the title match, but he'll wrestle Triple H, and everyone's just like, why? Like, you know what I mean? Like it was just like
Right.
it was the same thing. Like when Punk complained about that spot, it's like
Right.
that's not the spot that we want to see them. That's not the spot that they
Right.
need or deserve.
Right. But
Like, don't get me
yeah.
wrong. I'm sure you consider it an honor. Like, yeah, you're wrestling Triple H. He's a legend, and that is an honor to a lot
in
of
the
great
opener
people,
of
but, like,
Mania, no
at
less.
at the point of like these people's careers, like the Punks and the Bryans and stuff like that, where like they were at their peak and they tried to like change the narrative on them.
Yeah.
It just it doesn't make sense.
No,
Or it doesn't. Help. Like
No.
you're literally just taking your crowd out of it. They didn't have that this time. They put Sammy in a great spot. He's going to main event or WrestleMania match. He's going to be in a main event match at WrestleMania.
No,
And,
it's all good, but I'm happy that the build,
I expect him to win. So
yeah, and the build was great every single time, whether like they took their shots at each other. I
They
don't
did
know.
a lot of shooting, or want us to
Work,
believe it was
work,
shooting.
shoot.
Work
Yeah.
shoot, basically. Yeah. Did a lot of
Um,
that.
they
but
get
no,
personal,
they
man.
yeah,
And those are the best stories. Those are the ones
Yeah.
that get you invested, is when they can pull you in personally like that. And they did
Yeah.
a great job of doing that in this story with both sides.
And I thought
um,
Cody on not this past Monday, because this past Monday he became the first guy to pin Solo.
yeah,
Or at least on the main roster. The week before the promo, where by the end of it, Roman just dropped the mic and left.
yeah.
Um,
No, it was the build was
Cody
very
by
good.
the end of that was fire.
Yeah,
Especially when he like was going through like how the bloodline was gonna unravel. It's
Yeah.
like Jay's gonna
Yeah.
leave you, and then Jimmy's gonna leave you, and then no
Yeah.
Usos, you Solo, and then I love how he goes, "Who you've been glaring at me all fucking night. Let me just fucking tell you, you're not fucking ready."
yeah. It's
Obviously, he
it's
didn't drop all those F bombs,
yeah.
but
It's still
No, but
incredible.
like it
It's
had that
still
feeling to it though. That's
Yeah.
how powerful it was. It was like
Yeah.
so intense that moment. And I remember feeling
Yeah.
the same way. I was like, man, this is good work. This is good. Fuck it. This is how you sell a match.
Yeah. It's still, and listen, we've discussed this at nauseum, but it's every week it like it seems more insane that those promos and whatever he did just didn't get over in AEW like it should have. It amazes me every week when he's literally in the spotlight doing one of the best WrestleMania main event builds I've seen in a long time.
because he is a WWE
No,
guy. His
but
style, he can make his style work everywhere else.
True.
But in the current WWE, what WWE is right now is Cody.
No, I'm with
Let me put it to you. Let me ask you guys a quick question, actually. That kind of like I just thought of right now. But do you think in the closing months of Cody Rhodes being in AEW, because keep in mind, like a lot of these changes that he made to his character, he made within like the last year or so he was there. Like that's when he got like the big showy jacket that looked like fucking Homelander. That's when he started. I mean, that's when he really kind of leaned in more to the super face heels and broke away from the elite and the Bullet Club, whatever you want to call it, and stuff like that. Do you think in those last like year or so, those last few months, do you think Cody was looking at it as almost an audition? Do you think he was creating his WWE character so he can just bring it to Vince and say, look what I just built in this other company. I'm bringing it to you. This is exactly what you want.
Now that you've said it,
makes sense.
I could absolutely see it.
No, yeah, it makes perfect sense.
I just had that thought, man.
Cody has said
was...
Cody has said that like when he was talking with Vince when he signed that, he needed to have this, and this, and Vince was like, well, that's what we're paying for. Having Kingdom, having the American Nightmare gimmick, all that. Like,
but
Cody
that's
said,
my point. Like Cody,
exactly.
If there's one thing Cody does well, he knows how to brand himself. Despite how his character might have failed in AEW a bit, he's obviously been one of the best branded wrestlers in the past 20 years. Like the dude's been on multiple TV shows. He's literally built an entire promotion and pushed it with himself and his buddies and obviously Tony Khan's money. And then on top of that, he built himself into a character that was literally the prototype for WWE of what they want. They want a guy just like this. This is John Cena. This is Hulk Hogan. This is your good guy. And obviously we know Cody has great work as a heel too. So it's not even like he has to be super good guy for his entire WWE career. Keep that in mind because we know he can heel work as well. But if you want him to be, this could be your Cena for the next. Your Cena to you. I mean, Roman, I don't know how many years he's got left. So once that torch is passed, then you need a new number one guy in the company. First of all, Cody can be that. Check. Also, two, you've just had a long stretch of having a super heel champion. You kind of need a John Cena type babyface now to take over for a little while. Cody Rhodes, check. Like this is exactly what WWE wants. And I think Cody Rhodes knew that. And I think he knows with the timing between his AEW contract this is me conspiracy theorying right now, but I would think in the months leading up to the end of his contract, or when he knew he was probably leaving the company, he probably wanted to build himself into the best WWE superstar he possibly could. And what better way to do that than to be on TV every week on your own show, making and perfecting that character.
Yeah. No, and I agree. And granted, some of the AEW booking stuff and feuds he did down the stretch weren't great. They didn't do him any favors.
Yeah.
But
in hindsight, he should have never booked himself to never be able to fight for the title.
well, that makes sense now. But
Another
at the time,
mistake
and also, you know what? It's almost for the better he didn't win the AEW title, because fans would have shit on it. Said, "Oh, you booked yourself as a champion, real fucking cool." So now he goes into this. If he wins,
Kenny
this is
was
his
champion.
Apparently that doesn't matter though,
Fair.
because especially when it started, everyone was like, "Oh, Cody's gonna book himself as a champ." So he might have
Although
been
now looking at Jericho as champ, granted, good
No,
inaugural choice, but
yeah,
Jericho's the new Hogan. Jericho's AEW's Hogan. I'm
I
just going to say
disagree.
that right now.
I disagree
Are you saying?
wholeheartedly because I don't think.
Are you saying that in a good or a bad way?
Bad.
Yeah,
No, I
disagree
disagree.
wholeheartedly.
I feel
disagree.
like everyone he's feuded with has not come out better.
Okay. I disagree. I think
Look at his lesser feuds.
I
Orange
think
Cassidy.
Jericho's not holding any company hostage. Like Hogan has literally held companies hostage.
Okay,
Yeah.
not
Jericho
not
was their
that
inaugural
level.
champion. He was their inaugural champion. I think that was a smart move by AEW.
No,
You need
that was
somebody
a
with that
smart
name
move.
and brand recognition.
That is a smart move. I
don't
agree with
you. Beyond that, him being featured on TV as much as he is and stuff like that. Again, I don't think that that's a Jericho stranglehold. I think that is like Jericho's one of the best of all times. He's one of the biggest names on your show. How can you not have him in big storylines if you're not going to have you be your champion?
And Hogan never did mid card shit. Jericho's
Never.
out there on Jericho's out
doing
there,
all of it.
and like Jericho's on pay per view with Ricky Starks or Orange Cassidy, or
Jericho's taking bumps off of fucking War Games cages.
The cage, yeah. Or or they're doing like the whatever I obviously don't forget the names, but like whether it was Inner Circle or the Jericho Appreciation Society, and like he's doing a lot of like tag stuff with that. So it's not like Jericho's like, oh well, okay, I'm in the main event, brother.
I'll say this about Jericho. I think that the big argument you might be able to have on him is that like he does a lot of kind of corny shit. Obviously, the dude is 50 years old. I'm not saying he's out of touch because I don't think he is. I think he purposely does corny shit because he knows he's the old guy on the roster and he's supposed to be corny. And I think that's just part of who
keep in mind.
Also, look at the shit. Look at the shit that he got over. He got a fucking pen click over. He got stupid idiot over a list. And it's like you can do the same shit.
Okay.
There's AEW stuff he's gotten over.
Let me
literally say anything.
I probably should have prefaced by saying that I am on record of saying Jericho is one of the greatest of all time.
Right.
And one of his defining abilities was the way he has been able to reinvent himself.
Right.
So many times over the 30 years, 35 years.
Right.
Longevity is the best.
I am not trying to take any.
I've said that numerous times on the show.
I am not trying to take anything away from that. And if anything, I kind of forgot my whole argument to begin with. So let's just get back to Cody and Roman.
There. All this being said,
is Cody winning?
Cody
I
just
wins,
went on
right?
an impassioned defense of Chris Jericho, and Skylar's just like, I don't even know why I said that. Fuck it.
We got him, ladies and gentlemen. We got him.
They got me.
Oh my god. Anyway,
no, Cody wins. I think.
Cody wins, 100%. Yeah.
Is it 100? Is it 100%?
I'm gonna put it at 90.
I'm 80. Gonna say lock it in. Lock of the week. Cody Rhodes is winning the main event, night 2, WrestleMania. Lock it in.
No, it makes sense.
Do we get Cody, Kevin, and Sammy posing to close out WrestleMania?
No, I don't think you need
Cody.
that.
Yeah, okay.
Just Cody.
Just wondering.
Fuck, what was I gonna I was just gonna say something. Oh. What if there's always that what if? What if they're like, we want to get to 1,000 days. We want to get. I also feel like if a producer was like, yeah, I feel like Roman would be like, no, I'm ready to drop it. I feel like that might be the mindset.
From all accounts,
Can
I've heard he's taking time off after Mania.
Even that aside, even if he was going to be on Raw the next fucking night, I still think he'd be like, it's time.
I make one counterpoint?
Go.
It's a lock. All right. It's already locked in.
All right.
Cody
Fair.
Rhodes, 100%. You heard it here first. Place your bets. Also, if you lose any bets, do not come to me.
I mean,
not my
Cody,
fault.
I
You're a
don't,
degenerate gambler.
I don't have betting lines, but I imagine Cody would be like a minus like 600 at this point if you were going to bet. So if you do bet on Cody, the return's not much.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, good luck.
How long is this match?
It'll
I'm
go.
gonna say they can go about a half hour, 40
Yeah.
minutes.
I think
Well,
they're going
also-
at least 35.
Well, also if I look at
Yeah,
this,
that's what
night-
I'm thinking. Like
if
right
I
in
look
that range.
if I look at this night 2 card that has 6 matches on it, and I imagine it's going to be a 4-hour show.
Mm.
So like I'm sure there'll be segments and surprises and stuff that'll fill some
Hell in a
time.
Cell's going to
but-
go for a while. The opening match is going to go for a while.
True.
Big meaty men better go for a fucking while because I'm
I
going to
think
want to watch that.
Big
for
Meaty
a
Men goes
while.
for about 10 to 15
Yeah.
minutes.
So
Yeah.
by the way, scratch
No,
that.
I think it's
if
got to go
Brock,
longer than that. Give
I'll
it at
even-
least 20.
I'll knock it down to 5 matches because
I hope
we
so.
have Brock Lesnar at almost going like 5 minutes tops. So that
5 minutes for the
knocks
entire
down.
segment.
That's what I figured. Yeah.
I think you can honestly give Big Meaty Men 45 minutes and it would be a
I
fucking
think that's- I
great
think-
I
45
wish, but
minutes.
that's
I
not
feel-
going to happen.
I feel like this is.
I
Triple H
think
just
you
being
could.
Like,
I'm
"All
not
right,
saying
guys,
they
get out
will.
there."
I think they're going to give them 20 minutes at least.
I
but
hope so.
I'm saying if they go out there for 45 minutes, I will be very pleasantly, I guess not surprised, but like, you know what I mean? I'll just be
I'll only say
Very
this
pleasant.
I'll only say this is why I'm not saying that any of these matches should be shortened, but the Andre Battle Royal could have been in one of these nights. I'll say maybe they want to give
Yes.
it its own spotlight on SmackDown, but more people are going to watch WrestleMania
Hmm.
both nights than SmackDown, in my opinion. But
And
again,
again,
it's like small potatoes. It doesn't matter.
and again, you're taking away WrestleMania payday.
Yeah. Well, again, I can't attest to how that works anymore nowadays, but I can agree with you. Listen, I'm excited. WrestleMania. I love this time of year. This is,
This is a
I love
very
this.
solid card.
I love that it's a whole friggin' weekend. I don't, I'm ready to watch some
festival of
wrestling.
festivities
This-
and fun.
This Mania has the feel of like an epic season finale.
Yeah, this has like a
Yeah,
WrestleMania.
which is how a Mania,
is
a good Mania should feel, I feel like.
exactly. And
It
this
has like
one
a
has
Mania
that feeling.
17 feel. Like, ooh, I'm
That's
excited.
high praise right there.
Maybe not 17.
And I'm not saying
but,
you're
like,
wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying
Maybe
to
like
me, 17 is the benchmark.
yeah, I won't put it up there just yet, but it's the most excited I've been for WrestleMania in quite some time.
Yes. And the last few
Yeah.
have been solid.
Yeah,
Yeah, they have.
last year was very good. The two nights thing makes a difference, man. I remember those manias were dragging when they were fucking 7 hours.
I'm kind of surprised New Japan went back to one night.
Yeah, it's too much.
Or
It's too much for me.
They do one night, although it's a very long night.
Yeah.
But they do one night, and then like a second
Yeah.
night, like months later,
If
where
we
it's like a crossover thing.
if we end up going to Mania, because it is in Philly next year, so that is an easy trip.
Really?
If I end up doing it,
For some of you.
Wait.
oh,
We have the advantage for once.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Okay, that's fine. You guys go to WrestleMania Philly. I'll just go to the Super Bowl at Allegiant next year. So
Good luck
eat
with
a
that.
dick.
Yeah, good fucking luck.
if the Jets trade for Aaron Rodgers and they make it, I will sell both my nuts to make it. I'm there.
You could probably just jerk off and make money selling sperm. I don't think you have to actually sell the balls.
And
Nope,
if you do
take the
sell
whole
the balls,
thing.
can you get glow in the dark replacements?
God,
Yeah,
I
one.
hope so.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope so. I'm gonna
So-
ask for him.
I do. Final thought. We're all in agreement.
Let's sprinkle some crack on this episode.
Where do you? And I want to focus on the bloodline when I ask this question.
Sure.
After Mania, where do you think we go from here? This will be our like closing thoughts.
I don't know. I mean, it feels like it's Jey Uso's story at this point, and I think that's the road they go eventually.
I definitely just think that it's going to be the dissolution of the bloodline for sure.
Like, is there a
Let
blow
me
off,
let
or
me
are they just
actually
like, we're
let
done?
me actually rephrase that. All the current main players in the Bloodlines storyline, and I'm also
Yeah.
talking about Sammy,
Okay.
Cody, and I'm talking about those three.
I think
I'm
it's going to
talking
go.
about Solo. I'm talking about Paul Heyman. I'm talking about Roman.
Paul Heyman
I
can
think
do
it's
whatever he wants.
yeah, and I
Well,
think honestly the best way to do it is kind of do it exactly how Cody said in his promo.
I
Just
think
kind of let it
as
happen
so
one
as
by
well.
one. Let
Yeah.
Jay turn first. Jimmy's obviously going to leave to keep teaming with Jay, and then eventually you want to give Solo a big win and make him look strong because obviously they
I've heard that
brought
might
him
be
in
coming
super
at
strong.
I heard they might try to put Solo over Roman at SummerSlam.
And there you go. And I
And you
think if
could
you do it exactly how Cody said it in the promo, I think that's a
yeah.
great way
I
for
think
them
if
to
you have Paul
get through
Heyman,
the rest of
if
the
you keep
storyline.
Heyman with Solo, I like that.
No, I think Paul Heyman needs to
Really?
go back to Brock and be an advocate, just like Cody said in
But
the promo.
the thing is, Brock might be done.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I mean, I could see him going with Solo too. So that would be a good way to do it. Like if Brock is getting ready to wrap it up,
He'll be Solo's advocate.
Yeah.
Wrap it up. There it is, bingo card.
Wrap that shit up.
So
You got to
what do
wrap
you
that
think?
shit up, B.
What do you think? Some feuds that Cody has between.
I
now and
mean,
SummerSlam?
honestly, there's always the Roman rematch in the future, whenever that
Seth
might
SummerSlam.
take
again.
place. Yeah, Seth,
Seth will always be good for a title match.
And
feud.
apparently those two,
Gunther.
apparently
If
those
that's
two.
what they're gonna do.
So Gunther should be SummerSlam, in my opinion.
Mhm.
That should be like a total Rocky storyline. Maybe not Rocky 3.
David versus Goliath.
We have learned.
Not Rocky 3. I mean, Apollo.
We've
Creed,
learned that apparently Rocky 3
Never seen
does
it.
not work with wrestling.
There's so much in
I
there.
See what you there.
I've
Thunder,
literally only seen
good old Thunder Lips.
one Rocky movie, and I saw it in a hospital because I was watching Skyler drop his microphone.
Let me guess, Rocky 5.
No, I only saw Rocky 1. I saw Rocky 1, but I only saw it because when I was working in corrections, I was watching an inmate in the hospital. We had the TVs in the hospital room, and we just had whatever channel was playing. They had a Rocky marathon that day, and they started with the first movie, and I was like, I've never seen this. Okay, and I watched Rocky 1.
Even the inmates like, you motherfucker.
They don't give a shit. They're just glad to be somewhere where they can watch TV.
Yep.
That's true.
And get like hot food delivered to them and everything else like that. They like that. They like those trips, man.
Also true.
They usually do.
Let me personally say, I'm a Rocky 4 guy.
And plus, most. I'm sorry, Scott. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Forget it. Move on. Go ahead.
No,
something Russia. I don't know what you were getting at with Rocky 4. I mean, it's a good movie.
It has one of the greatest
movie
soundtracks of all time.
Forrest Gump has the greatest movie.
I was just gonna say that because I was just watching it earlier.
You are correct about that. I didn't say Rocky 4 is the greatest. I said it is one.
I know. I just like to point out that Forrest Gump is a great movie soundtrack.
And Jenny's the fucking worst villain in a movie.
Biggest heel in the business, bro.
Yeah.
Biggest heel in the business, bro. Anyway,
do you think
let's get some plugs out of here. We can.
Forrest Gump just trying to be the white meat baby face. I want to save you. Nah, not today. Get out of here, Forrest.
2 last thoughts.
I want this random stranger to fuck me.
1.
Hits him with the super kick.
Yes. 1. Do they start splitting the titles?
Yes.
I don't know.
At the very least, the tag titles.
Oh, the tag titles, yeah, more likely than the world title for sure.
I'm torn on what they should do.
I heard Triple H approved a new world title design.
I'm into it.
If they do I want to see a modern take on the Winged Eagle.
Wow. Man. I kind of had a feeling you were going to say exactly that.
Why not? I mean, Cody Let
me guess. It'll be on a white strap.
He brought back the white strap.
No.
He's going to try to bring
white
back
straps
the
for the IC title.
Yeah, no. Don't put the white strap on.
Ultimate Warrior.
Off, the white strap.
Put the Ultimate Warrior mustard yellow strap.
There you go. Yeah.
Or the purple one when Hogan defended against Slaughter.
Yeah.
Or won it from Slaughter.
What else are you going to ask us rapid fire?
Do you think we get Rock versus Roman at 40?
That would be a good time to do it, I feel like.
Is it as
Either that or
would it,
Survivor Series. I feel like Rock could always show up at Survivor Series, but I
Would
feel
it
like
have meant-
for him and Roman, it needs to be Mania.
Royal
would it
Rumble.
would it have meant more now, or does it mean just as much next year?
I think it could mean just as much next year. I mean,
They could
different
find a way to
story.
make it.
if it
I
could have,
find a
think-
way.
it could have.
Here's the thing.
It,
I think this part of the Bloodline story is done. I think there's still some things that they could still kind of do. Or at least as far as Roman is concerned. Maybe more specifically
I
the
think
tribal
they
chief
could
thing.
have. Yeah, I think well, the Bloodline's a different story that I think
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
just going to kind of break up and do its thing. But I think
Yes.
that Roman and Rock still could be just as meaningful, if not
Agreed.
more, in a different way. I think it
I think
could
the
have
ti-
been very meaningful if you really wanted to like push Roman and that title reign that he was about to have.
Yeah.
You could have done it earlier into the reign, and it could have meant a lot. But I think to have The Rock come back and face Roman at WrestleMania could be a big enough moment in and of itself. It's almost like it's
Agreed.
almost like Rock and Hogan at 18, where it's icon versus
Ooh, agreed.
icon, legend versus
Yep.
legend kind of thing. So it's like it's almost like that
Who's
situation.
the real head of the table?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and
That
I
is
think,
what the
I don't
story
think you
is.
need
Who's
the
the real-
title involved to make that
Agreed.
story sell. Is what
Agreed.
I'm
True.
saying.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Agreed.
You got one
All
more
right.
for us, or that's it?
No, I asked the two.
All right, let's wrap this up.
Yep.
I think this is a nice little preview. Hope you enjoyed
Wrap
it.
up, B.
If you're listening to this after WrestleMania, let us know if our predictions were god awful. I don't know what to tell you.
How do you feel about our takes?
Yeah,
Let us know in the comments.
Yes.
It's right down here. You can type. You can type right now.
You could literally write it out as we're talking to you. You can
Yeah.
literally say, "I disagree with everything you said. You're all dummies, and I hate you." And we'll read it.
I'll
We
take
will
it. Yeah,
fucking read it.
I'll take it.
Might even respond.
Perhaps
We might
yes.
even respond. But I
Um,
guarantee you, every comment will be read.
Yes.
Yeah.
Might run it through chat GPT. Yeah. Who knows?
Oh God. Yeah, we'll get there. Yeah, no. Well, let's get the plugs out here. Again, you know the deal. 6-Man Tag Podcast on Instagram. 6-Man Tag on Twitter. 6-Man Tag Podcast on Apple, Spotify, YouTube. You know the drill. Follow us, subscribe, put the bell on, do your shit, get the notifications for when our content comes out. Again, if you fuckers spell the word 6,
So
I swear to God. I swear to God. I'm gonna be so fucking pissed off.
You heard me carry that.
so angry.
It's the number 6. It's the number 6.
I did that bit on my podcast last week, by the way.
I was gonna
appreciate it.
say you heard me channeling you when I was on that podcast, right?
I did.
Yeah.
I listened to episode. No, I didn't listen to that. I listened to episode 2 with Andy, and I did appreciate the "I will come and murder you if you spell the word 6." Because again, you bitch. It's the number 6. Thank you.
And by the way, what podcast is that?
Yes.
Okay, stop
Oh, you guys
laughing.
popped
This
me.
is it's
You
your
popped me with my own jokes. But if you want to check out what podcast we're talking about, we are talking about the Paperweight broadcasts. And
I was
that is
I was gonna say I did notice
yep, that is the thing. There has been a name change. I don't think I said it last week. Well, no, we didn't do one last week. That's why.
I'm not the only
Right,
one
but,
that had
yeah,
to,
no.
was forced to change their name.
Yeah. So unfortunately, I also had to change my name. So now it is now the Paperweight broadcast. You can find us on Twitter at Paperweight BC on Twitter. But also, if you want to follow us and listen to the show, check us out on YouTube at The Paperweight BC, as well as Spotify at The Paperweight BC or The Paperweight Broadcast. And, it's just a show where me and my musical best friend, partner, whatever you want to call him, John Hooten, him and I talk about things that are going on in our lives. We're trying to figure out some fun games to play on the show, stupid stuff like that. Just try to make people laugh with our dumb stories and our dumb senses of humor and our opinions on things and everything like that.
Mhm.
But Mostly it's a place where we get to share music and some laughs. So check us out, the Paperweight Broadcast. And speaking of music, while you're at it, check out the Paperweight Project as well. The Paperweight Project is on I really just got to get my plugs better so I don't have to trip all over my words and sound like a bad promo. This is live, pal. Anyway,
Should write the notes on your
I
arm,
was-
Yeah.
Rock.
yeah, I was hoping one of you guys would hit me with it. This is live, pal. You know.
No,
Anyway.
you're
We're
on your
still
own.
alive, pal.
The Paperweight Project. That is where me and John post the music that we make together, and we make some pretty kick-ass songs, if I do say so myself, including covers and originals, including our music video on YouTube, where you can follow us and subscribe. We have a music video for a song called Bottles at the Bedside. There's also another song, and if you follow us on SoundCloud, that is right, soundcloud.com / the Paperweight Project. There's a URL and everything. But if you look up the Paperweight Project on SoundCloud, you can hear 3 songs that we have so far, soon to be so much more, working on a current album per se. Not, I'm calling it a collection, but we'll get to that later. But in the meantime, we got 3 songs up there, and that is Bottles by the Bedside, The Chase, which is the opening song to the Paperweight Broadcast, and of course the song that is collaborated with this very show, the 6-Man Tag Podcast, and Mr. Skyler himself, the cover of Cody Rhodes' theme song, Kingdom. So check them all out. All those places I just mentioned, the Paperweight Project, the Paperweight Broadcast. That was a lot of plugs. I'm gonna start writing down a note sheet so I could just read it off so I can get this down better.
Yes,
But
sir.
that's where everything is.
Fuck yeah.
And Skyler is finally sent me a picture the other day. He's finally
Last
completed
night.
his beautiful Japanese RPG and has moved on to
To-
what I've been
To
excited
number
for.
4.
So excited for. Tell them about it, Skyler. Tell them where they can follow you. I know I'm going to be watching. Let me know when you're streaming so I can check it out because I want to see your playthrough of this.
That's right.
Let them know.
I finally completed Persona 3 Portable, and I have moved on to Persona 4 Golden.
What? What?
So anyway,
That's not what you said.
so 2 things. 1, yes, I am playing that game because that is a fucking awesome game. 2, I am finally getting to The Last of Us there. Part 1, take 3, as I usually label it on my Twitch feed.
I can't wait to actually play through it myself. But also, I will be watching the Twitch feed to see how you do. I want to see what strategies you do.
Hell
I want to
yeah.
see what items you miss. I want to see what items you know about that maybe I've missed. But anyway,
Yes.
enjoy. Looking forward to that. Check them out on Twitch. I think that's
Also,
all the plugs. I think
Also,
that's it.
if you
It's
just
everything.
want to watch something on Twitch that's kind of chill, I play a lot of Tetris Effect.
Good game.
So it is fucking awesome game. And they just put it on PS5. And I never thought Tetris would be a reason that I want a VR headset.
I would wait for the price to drop on
Oh,
that.
yeah, I'm
on that, by the way.
absolutely-
It's already apparently
yeah.
it's not doing great, supposedly.
Yeah, which
Wow. I
Well,
mean,
Tetris-
also shocker, a $500 headset when
550.
Oh, excuse me, $550
It costs more than the
headset.
console.
Right, with $550
Jesus
headset with
Christ.
limited games, not backwards compatible, where the Oculus Quest is $150 cheaper, also wireless, which that was my big complaint about the first PSVR.
Which
I'm
actually,
gonna say wait it out.
one,
Every time with this thing.
One, I'm gonna wait it out. 2, one game I want to stream myself playing because I was playing it on my friend's VR headset the last few times I was there,
Yeah.
and got a hell of a workout in. Is Super Hot.
Is that fun? Okay.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Beat Saber was my jam. I love that game.
I have Super Hot like on PlayStation, like the regular game, and that's fun as hell.
Yeah.
But the VR version, like by the end of it, I was just like, I think I just got like a workout, and
Oh yeah, no, you'd be
I was
surprised.
sweating at the end of that.
Yeah, no, you'd be surprised
Yeah.
with some of the VR stuff. But
Yeah.
Anyway.
I remember those Xbox Kinetic games.
Oh brother,
Those used to get us.
I know.
Oh god,
Let's get us
I have to
pretty,
find the picture of the dude that somehow incorporated Connect into a Steam game, and the guy was like panicking about why it's in there. Sorry,
There's
side
a Kinect
tangent.
game in Steam. What? Anyway,
Anyway, that's it. That's it for us this week. Hope you enjoyed our Wrestlemania preview. enjoy the show, and well, hey, we'll see you next time.
I didn't get that.
Yo,
Could you try again?
yo,
Try the outro again. You heard the monkey
Yo.
make the trade.
Our machines are listening.
everything listens, bro. Everything listens. With that, for Skylar, for CJ, I'm Mike. Until next time. Hey, peace, everybody.
Banana.
I got nothing to say. Usually someone screams something, but I
I
got
just
nothing.
did.
Why are we still recording?
Goodbye.